Hey, good morning, everybody. Man, it's great to be with you here on Super Saturday. And boy, what a Super Saturday it's going to be today. And man, I'm going to rejoice and be so glad because this is the day, the year that the Lord has made. And, I've not talked about this much on 2 minutes, but many of you know that our church has just went through this tremendous transformation in that we were in a building and we were there for 2 years, and we just had a blessing of the Lord. It was 1 year or 4 years ago this weekend. I keep telling people this, but I'm just so amazed by it. It was 4 years ago on this day that we had our first Bible study. It was actually on Saturday, but I kind of count the whole weekend as part of that. It was three of us that met in our living room, and that next week, I just really wanted just a small little Bible study, just fade off into the sunset, and 10, 12 people sitting in the living room. But next week, I began calling people and just saying, "Hey, we're meeting for a Bible study. Do you want to come join us?" And man, here we are 4 years later, and we just purchased a brand new building. It's brand new to us. It's not a brand new building, and it's very, very nice. We're going to show you a tour of all of that before too long. And but man, we just, wow. I gotta admit, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow in my message. It's the highlight of my ministry so far. I've been in the ministry 38 years, and I gotta say, this weekend is probably one of the top moments in my whole career. Of course, with my kids being baptized, and baptizing them, and just and even my own mother. And so it's just it's just really, really a great thing. But one of the things that really just started it all is that I became very burned out and didn't want to pastor anymore. And so I just kind of put my calling on a shelf, and I just didn't want to do it no more. It was very frustrating. I had just gotten very wore out by uh, just stuff, we'll put it that way. And I just said, I'm just not going to do it no more. And so what I did is I put my calling, the thing that God had called me to do, which is to pastor. I just decided I'm going to put that on the shelf, not do it anymore, and just fade off into the sunset. Have a little Bible study, preach and fill in here and there. And God wasn't having it. He just wasn't having it. And this morning's quiet time talks about how that we can take the very things that God gives us, the calling on our life, and how that, and this stuck with me, how that we honor God by fulfilling that calling. And I'm just so thankful Grace got its name because of God's grace. I don't deserve it, and one bit, but you know what? Neither do you. And I just want to tell you, that if God is calling you to do something, don't shy away from that. Take that first step. It is scary. Man, am I scared about the days ahead? I sure am. That calling is still coming, and God's still working in my life, and I know He's working in your life. And so if God is calling you to do something, don't leave that sitting there on that shelf. Take it down, polish it off, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, and let God fill you with His Spirit and do the very thing that God is calling you to do. Your life is going to have so much more meaning and so much more purpose. And what God is, I'm going to talk about gospel driven tomorrow. Let your life be driven by the gospel. And man, I tell you what, you will never ever be the same. I promise you. Hey, man, I hope that helps you. I know some of you are right there on the fence thinking, I want to, but what if? Don't do it. Don't stay on that fence. Get off that fence. Take that step. Follow God in what He's calling you to do. It'll change your life. I promise you. For the better. Hey, God bless you. See you next time. Bye.